Israel launches strikes across Lebanon to remove threats after Hezbollah fires hundreds of rockets in major escalation. The conflict between Israel and Hezbollah has escalated dramatically, with Israel launching airstrikes in Lebanon following rocket attacks from Hezbollah. The Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, targeted Hezbollah launchers in southern Lebanon, aiming to eliminate perceived threats. Israel's military declared a 48-hour state of emergency and anticipated an extensive response from Hezbollah. The Lebanese Prime Minister called for an emergency cabinet meeting to address the situation, as the region faces heightened tensions. In Gaza, the humanitarian crisis continues to worsen. Recent Israeli airstrikes in the area have resulted in significant casualties and destruction, with medical sources reporting that women and children were among the victims. The United Nations has expressed concern over the escalating violence, urging all parties to cease fire and adhere to UN Security Council Resolution 1701. Egypt has also warned against further conflict, emphasizing the need for stability. The World Health Organization reports alarming rates of child malnutrition in Gaza, exacerbated by ongoing conflict and limited access to humanitarian aid. The UN has criticized Israeli restrictions on aid, suggesting they may constitute a war crime. UK officials have voiced concern over the potential for a major regional war, urging restraint from both Israel and Hezbollah. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Keir Starmer has warned Iran against attacking Israel. The U.S. remains closely involved, with President Joe Biden monitoring the situation and reaffirming support for Israel's right to self-defense. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has spoken with his Israeli counterpart to discuss defensive measures. Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid defended the airstrikes as necessary for self-defense against Hezbollah, urging global support for Israel. Turkish and Iranian officials have also discussed the regional conflict, highlighting the widespread concern. The recent escalation follows the killing of Hezbollah's top commander Fuad Shukr by Israel. Hezbollah's response included launching over 320 rockets and attacking multiple Israeli military sites. Lebanese sources reported 3 fatalities and several injuries from Israeli airstrikes, with fires breaking out in affected areas. Hezbollah claimed its operations proceeded as planned despite Israel's preemptive strikes. The Israeli air campaign targeted multiple locations in southern Lebanon, including Chif Castle and other towns. Officials described the strikes as an effort to prevent rockets from reaching central Israel. Despite the intense exchanges, both Israel and Hezbollah have indicated a reluctance for full-scale war, mindful of the broader regional implications. The conflict's impact on civilian populations and infrastructure continues to be severe. The international community remains focused on de-escalation efforts, with numerous calls for restraint and a return to diplomatic measures. The situation remains fluid, with potential for further developments. As hostilities continue, the humanitarian toll mounts, particularly in Gaza, where children face acute malnutrition and limited access to essential resources. The need for a sustainable resolution is more urgent than ever.